You're listening to Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. And now, here's your host, Michael Larkin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships podcast. My name is Mike Larkin, and man, do we have a great guest today, folks. She is an LFC prospect. You can check her out doing her thing on Redneck Brawl, the one, the only conspiracy smoke show, Miss Tiffany Baxter. How you doing, Tiffany?
I'm great. Any better, I'd be twins. Things are good. Things are good, you know. I'm looking forward to getting back in that ring in another week and a half. Like, I can't believe it's it's 2 weeks away, but I'm so excited. I love it. I never knew I could love something so much.
Well, it's the adrenaline rush. It's the entertainment value. And I will say, folks, if you've not seen this one over here doing her thing on promos, man, it's the badassery. And first of all, the fact that you're punching a cupcake, for God's sake. Hello.
Oh, hold up. I got the cupcake right here.
Oh, snap.
The cupcake's here. It's hanging from my ceiling in my podcast room now. So it has now become a trailer trinket on my wall. So
trailer trinket. Okay. Well, let's put this out to the forefront here. You got Miss Texas Sweets coming up, which Miss Texas Sweets, she's been hitting you with the pop, 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 and you're just like, all right, I'll get you right in the face. Let's talk about this because y'all cut some very good promos, very entertaining, very engaging. How excited are you? Miss Texas Sweets has got some game with her punches, man. Rapid fire.
Miss Texas Sweets here, and I do bake for a living. Hey, conspiracy shit show. You called out Texas, and you got the right one. What you're fixing to realize is that you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, she's scared to death. I would be too. Look at that. This is plumb comical. She's like, man, stop. I said no, don't hurt me.
Damn, that was fast.
patty cake, beat a bitch up. Oh, hey there, cupcake.
I bake sweets for a living, and I have a perfect recipe to knock your ass out and send you right back to Kentucky 2-1. So you better be ready, bitch.
Come get you some, bitch. Get your pinata popped.
Come on, bitch.
Come on, get you some.
I think so. I think I have a really great competitor this time. I think it's going to be a hell of a brawl. She jumped in on one of my Redneck Brawl promos in the Instagram comments, and we kind of went back and forth, and then it got a little. I stepped away from it, and Chris, the promoter of Redneck Brawl, called me, and he's like, "Hey, do you want this chick?" I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I want her." and usually that's how it goes with Chris and I. Like with Straight Pain, I was like, "Yo, let me at her." And he's like, "She weighs 173 pounds." And I'm like, "Fuck it, man. I'll put on some weight. I ain't scared to eat some pasta." So that's like kind of my thing. I teeter on that weight class cusp to where I can go down in weight or I can go up in weight and fight these bigger girls. So right now I weighed in at 159.8.
Awesome.
Only this morning, I only need a pound. I need less than a pound. So I'm excited. She's in the like 165, 170 range. So I get to eat a lot in the next week. So I'm excited.
Use the Italian word. You're going to mangia, if you will. And I mean, I look at it like this, first and foremost. Add a little pasta to it, a little Italiano, a little spice, a little sauce to it, so to speak. Yes, ma'am. As a good night every day of the week.
My food guy, he pulled up today and dropped off all my little pre-made meals and Fire Nutrition, if we're talking about it. But he brought me a lot of chicken, some taco bowls. Like, I am set. I'm going to be a monster when I step back in that ring.
I like how you put the image in people's heads of the Taco Bell, because I have that image of Talladega Nights where it's like Taco Bell, Powerade, and everything at the
Yes. yes.
Oh my goodness! For the ever so delicious Taco Bell, yes, that Domino's pizza, the whole nine. You got a smorgasbord of a buffet.
Man, I try to stay away from like a lot of processed foods and stuff. I'm pretty healthy, but Taco Bell's a weakness. Taco Bell is a weakness.
You're just hitting everybody's stomach right now. Get yourself a Crunchwrap.
I know now we're all gonna be fucking hungry. I'm good. I do intermittent fasting, so I'm like out of my eating window. So
I feel you though, man. I feel you. Taco Bell is a weakness for us, including myself as well, ma'am. I got to ask you this because you did mention straight pain. We got to bring this up. The unholy motherfucker, 5 kids. She had gauges in her ear. Looked like she just came out of Hot Topic. Looked like she went to New Found Glory concert. Then she passed on over to Slipknot, the Family Values Tour, the Warped Tour. The list goes on and on. Another one with the trash talking vibes. She came at you. You had a great bout with her, which you were victorious. Let's talk about this bout because, my God, the promo exchange was sweet.
Tiffany Baxter, the Conspiracy Smoke Show. I'm trading in my derby hat and I'm putting on some boxing gloves. And I'm coming for you, Straight Pain.
You know, it's all they bring. Straight pain. Mom of 5 kids, y'all think you're badass. I've raised 5 kids, y'all ain't got shit on me.
I hear you've had a litter of children and you think that makes you tough, but that just makes you the holler hussy, doesn't it?
I bring country to your ass, and I bring straight pain to your face. Oh, I can't stand if people look at me funny. I just want to punch them in the face.
You're a big bully. I'll see you in that ring, and may the 4th be with you.
Straight pain's what we'll be all about. Straight pain to your pretty face.
See you in Huntington, West Virginia, bitch. I don't like bullies.
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
I love her. Y'all Conspiracy Smoke Show. She's a bad bitch.
What? Straight Paint is talking about high school and she's 38 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you using that as a credential?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody I went to school with still bragging about winning the fucking state playoff.
And she's also got 5 kids. Let's fight, ladies. Let's fight. Let's
Here we go. Here we go.
Y'all, I'm anxious to see what goes down.
Let's
go.
My God. Conspiracy.
Oh, fuck, she just caught her.
Damn.
Get her, girl.
Oh, good.
What does that say about you?
All right, y'all got to turn it up, ladies.
Yeah.
Come on, Smoke.
There we
Don't
go.
keep
Turning
don't
her
punch
back.
in the back of the
Whip
head.
her ass.
I think she's turning on purpose because she's scared, but I don't want Smoke Show to hear her and accidentally get disqualified.
She ain't got no damn energy.
Look, she's just walking away. Oh, yeah. If Smoke Show had some cardio, she'd be a bad buddy.
They said she's a power lifter. She
Yeah.
needs to run.
Oh!
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
Okay, so she had no online presence. I couldn't like lurk her, see what kind of person she was. But someone did send me her arrest records. Okay. And so in this, I'm learning like this bitch fights cops, and I'm like, wow, this is gonna be a tough one. But so we do the weigh-ins on Friday and then we have the fight Saturday. So that Friday we get to Huntington and I walk into the convention center and she's already there and she's sitting at this round table. And when I walked in, it was like she looked up and she just kind of turned white. And I'm like, oh, bless her heart. Maybe, whatever. So we're doing weigh-ins. She gets up and I'm watching, see how much she was, like 173 something pounds. And she turns around and I'm right behind her and I go to shake her hand and she gave me the most limp handshake ever. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna roll this bitch. But yeah, man, it was just like I didn't know how to take it. So I think, and then I thought back to my first time being there and how I was like, what the fuck fuck is this? And there's I wouldn't say I was nervous. I was like, oh shit, I'm built for this. I should have done this a long time ago. And but so I kind of tried to come at her with that view. And she's probably someone who's had a really hard. You don't get 5 kids in that haircut and fight cops with and then having it easy. So when it came to getting in the ring, when she first came at me and pushed me against the ropes, I was like, oh, okay, it's that kind of fucking brawl.
It's like
yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to go with you. You ain't no Trailer Park Barbie. No offense, Katie. I love you. But this one wasn't going to run from me. And then she did end up running from me a couple times. And I don't know. I get that animal out. I can't help myself. Once it's go time, it's just like, I'm going to win.
It's like that beast inside controlling your mind. They put corn and evolution. You went the whole corn route on her with the evolution vibe. Yes.
It's a monster.
It's a monster, man. Now, I have to add this as an I think what I've also loved about you two here, Miss Conspiracy Smoke Show, is the fact of the matter is, if y'all have seen her, the reaction that this woman gets. You were at the ring girl contest, and when you won, you got the crown on your head. You're looking all royal, but the reaction that you got was just immaculate, man. They love them some Conspiracy Smoke Show. You have a great crowd reaction.
Number 7, Conspiracy Smoke Show.
I think she just took it.
She won.
Yeah, Conspiracy Smoke Show.
Well, they did get loud for her.
Yeah.
She deserves it, man.
I was just surprised 12 wasn't in it.
Coming out here.
Conspiracy Smoke Show.
She's 2 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, she's 2 for 2.
2 for 2
baby.
tonight.
Hey, she fucking got some money tonight.
She got herself paid.
She got $2 grand.
Got herself paid.
Hey, girls, y'all come out here and win yourself $2 grand.
Take it to the bank, shawty.
Take it to the bank, son.
We loved having every one of them.
Thank you. But
I don't know what's wrong with these people. No. I'm a ham, okay? I'm a very secluded person, as far as my home life. I live with 3 dogs and 5 cats, okay? And I love people. I love interacting with people. So when I'm ring girling, you see me go up and do the card. That's the boring part. I'm talking to the guys who are sitting front row behind me. I'm taking pictures with kids. I'm coming up and down the aisle. I'm interacting with people. I love it. I love the showmanship of it. And that's probably been the best part for me. When someone tells me, my favorite thing to hear is, my wife loves you. And I'm just like, oh my God, that tells me you have this confident, awesome wife and y'all are here watching the fights. It's stuff like that. 14-year-olds that are like, it's my birthday, will you take a picture with me? And I'm like, oh my God, let me run to the back and grab you a t-shirt. So I like the fans. I love them. It's the best part.
I think what's great about it too, as well, is, we've seen a lot of great women in wrestling. It's like when you see Trish Stratus for the first time, and she comes from the fitness modeling world, and she's done a lot of that. But then here comes Lita out of nowhere, who comes from Mexico and trained in Mexico, and she's doing Hurricane Ranas and moonsaults and all this stuff. It's something different. She wore the thong. She's got the tattoos. She's everything. I think when you see Conspiracy Smoke Show up in your city, up in your vicinity, so to speak, we get the tattoo vibes, we get the hair, we get the woo. Let's go. It's energy, man. You're energizing with the people, which you have to.
Yeah. You gotta love them back, man. They're paying to be there. They're the reason you're there. So I just go for it. I love it. I'm so excited. This Oklahoma fucking city is gonna be amazing. Okay, the Paycom Center. I'm like, I can't wait. I like to go early and look around, and I'm such a Dora the Explorer type. I'm gonna try to get there that Thursday. because I've never been to Oklahoma City, so I want to go wander around, see what it is, and I'm excited.
So you're kind of like you and Boots, just trying to get away from Swiper and Swiper no swiping and whatnot. You're just, being aware of your surroundings, taking it all in. So to speak.
Yeah, I love it. I love a good adventure. I like to travel. Like I'm driving. It's an 11-hour drive. Me and my buddy Summer, she did the last Ring Girl competition with me, and we're heading out next Wednesday. I can't wait.
Which I think a lot of us cannot wait for this great card. I got to say this about Redneck Brawl. From the events I've seen, including your bouts, which we'll get more into, and a lot of the great talents from Redneck Brawl. Such a great crowd, number one. But number two, I like it because of the entertainment value. And I've always said this about Redneck Brawl. We could touch upon the promos. But it's very, very, fun. It's like a fun atmosphere for everybody, and that goes with everything. Just the fun atmosphere and just everything you take in from it. It really is fun. I've become so enamored with the product.
Dude, it's okay. So before I did my first one, I was so excited to meet Little Smokey and Macho Man and Sasquatch, all these characters, and I have made the Redneck Brawl came into my life in a really dark, weird time for me, and it's like I got this whole new family, and I have 5 brothers, and now I've got this whole bunch of brothers. It's wild, and I've met some really special people.
It's community, and it kind of reminds me of, and I'll say this, it's like to mix the world of music and professional wrestling. It's like when the Insane Clown Posse, Violent J, and Shaggy Two Dope had Juggalo Championship Wrestling. This is y'all Juggalos. Y'all like Juggalos.
I mean, really, it really is. And I try to when I tell people I'm doing boxing, I try to use that term really loosely because it's like I am brawling. I had never stepped into a boxing ring. I had never boxed, or I've been in all kinds of fights, but never with them gloves. And it's next level. It's a different world. And it's a skill I didn't know I had,
Well, I think it's a thing of, you're stepping out of your comfort zone, but also when you're in a dark place, and I mean, you go through it like we all do, and you find something that you enjoy. You find an art form, because that's what it is. It's an art form like anything in life.
Yeah.
And you apply your craft, and you continue to learn, adapt, and grow. That's life and the beauty of it in itself. So I think for you to find that community is just wonderful.
Oh, it's been magical, man. I'm so over the moon with them people. I love them. I love them. They're great. I cannot wait. Like Tennessee Cornbread, Country Boot Gang. It's such. We have the cops came to our hotel 3 times last brawl. So I mean,
what happened? Okay, when the cops come through.
But nobody went to jail. I swear to God, Huntington, West Virginia is Mayberry. They had the nicest cops I've ever experienced in my life. And I mean, there were fights. There were just incidents. 3 different times they came to the hotel and nobody went to jail, but it was a good time. But I was like, man, how much does it cost to live here? It's peaceful. So
you just put Mayberry PD into everybody's heads. Friggin' now we got to get Andy Griffith and Opie and everybody.
Man, I mean, they were nice. They de-escalated situations and everybody walked away. It was nice. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. It's not like that here.
Hey, I mean, well, you do have, if you're a fan of professional wrestling, you do get OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling. And I mean, that's a plus. The former developmental for the WWE. Speaking of Louisville, this one over here, this badassery, you and Cody Rhodes, man. How was that? You got to see the photo of Cody Rhodes, man. That was awesome.
Dude, okay. So A friend of mine, you mentioned OVW. A friend of mine, he's been going to OVW for 30 plus years. And I take him over there on Thursday nights when they have their live tapings. And we've been doing it for like 3 years, which the past few months I haven't went because I had to move. I've had a crazy year. Like it's like every time something good happens, something bad lines up with it. So it's like, all right, let's go. Well, this is good, so this ain't that bad. So everything's kind of evened out. But so I grew up huge wrestling fan, like and I was a Stone Cold like fanatic, and so I'm on my way to Crunch one morning, and I get ready to turn into the shopping center where it is, and there's a WWE bus, and I'm like, holy shit, I wonder if Rhea Ripley's on that bus. And, so I'm just like, whatever. And I go and I park. Well, the bus like circles around, which I was going to SmackDown that night too. And, the bus circles around and parks. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm reading the side and American Nightmare, all that stuff. And, I'm like, that's Cody Rhodes' bus. I'm like, no way. And so I'm just sitting there, and sure enough, here he comes. And I was like, holy shit, like, no way, man. And so I just hopped out and was like, yo, can I get a picture with you? I do not want to interrupt your workout. And so can I get a picture? And he was super sweet, gave me a picture, went on, did his workout at Crunch, and went on to Yum Center.
And I gotta say, what's great about it too is like just the history, especially with Cody in Louisville, Kentucky. For those who know, him and Sean Spears, former OVW Tag Team Champion, Sean Spears, who's now back in WWE as a part of the NXT brand, which is nuts to see because they were both in AEW together. It's crazy just to see like Cody doing his thing in WWE now with him going against Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam, the whole Bloodline storyline. There's a lot of good stuff going in the Codyverse, man.
Right, yeah.
And that's the thing, being a professional wrestling fan of over 30 years, and this one over here with Stone Cold, I will say that from his trajectory from the early days, especially when he was with, gentleman Chris Adams, being trained by him, being in WCW, ECW, WWF, the fact that he wrestled Kevin Owens a few years ago, he took that suplex on the floor. I was like, what is happening right now? That was so cool to see him back.
Oh, I keep, everybody talking about the big news of Biden stepping down, and as soon as everybody asks me who do I think's gonna run, I just straight faced and I'm like, The Rock. I mean, Hogan was at the RNC. Why not we put The Rock on for president? Let's do it.
And we're gonna start creating Trumpomania now after that friggin' promo. Jeez Louise.
The buffoonery, man, is so good. I'm like, this is insane.
I'm literally watching this. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's so funny. Yo, I'm watching this, Tiffany, and I'm saying to myself, I feel like I'm back in 1991 at WrestleMania 7 when Hulk Hogan is fighting for America against Sergeant Slaughter, who turned on America and is the Iranian supervisor with the Iranian like friggin' supremacist with friggin' Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Oh, he's doing it.
I mean, they just proved. I mean, they just came out and said that politics equals wrestling.
It is.
So, like, can we all get the fuck along now?
When you're an Iranian sympathizer with friggin' Iron Sheik and Hogan in 91, and then look at Donald Trump. Like Trump Plaza hosted WrestleMania 4 and 5. I dare say WrestleMania 23. Bobby Lashley, Umaga, Shaven, Vince McMahon on WrestleMania, taking a Stone Cold stunner from Stone Cold.
Oh, dude. Okay, so one time I was at the House of Blues and hold on, gentlemen. I know what it was. I hit my couch and they think it's somebody knocking on the door if I hit this, and they like lose their shit. I have 3 big German shepherds, okay, and they're loud, they're obnoxious, but they love me and I love them. So I used to manage Hooters Anaheim, California.
Okay.
And the House of Blues was right next door, and the boyfriend I had at the time, he was the guitar tech for Zakk Wylde Black Label Society. So I'm standing on the side of the stage at the House of Blues watching Black Label Society play, and Stone Cold and his girlfriend come walking up, and I'm just like, I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "I was going to marry you when I was 17. He said, "You were?" I said, "Dude, I am such a longtime fan. I've got like t-shirts I've never worn. I've got a beer can you crushed at Freedom Hall, and like I am a fan." So I got to stand there, bullshit with him and his girl, and watch Black Label Society. It was magical. Apparently him and Zakk Wylde are homies. Who knew? So I've had some really, really good experiences, and being able to dip my toes into sports entertainment, it's mind blowing. Like it's pretty awesome. I'm excited.
I will say this, just picturing Stone Cold going into Black Label Society. I'll walk through fire and feel no pain.
Dude, I was like, it's fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin walking. Like, are you serious right now? Like, wow. So,
I think one of my funniest memories of Stone Cold, 2004 WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden. I had the privilege of being in attendance for Stone Cold refereeing Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, which is probably one of the worst WrestleMania matches because both guys got booed out of the building because Brock Lesnar was going to leave to do Minnesota Vikings and try out for football, and Goldberg was just leaving to go do whatever Goldberg did, and the only person that everybody popped for was Stone Cold, especially after he stunned them both after the match. It's a sight to see, ladies and gentlemen. That electricity when Stone Cold just comes out, it's so awesome.
Like he's just a whole vibe, you know what I mean? Like I feel like anyone in like my tri-state area definitely was a fan, you know.
Absolutely. And I think especially professional wrestling now under the Triple H regime, like it's great to see like a lot of the talents that we have on the come up. Like you mentioned Cody Rhodes earlier in the Bloodline and Cody coming back, and so many people are pushing, like you mentioned Rhea Ripley. I'm loving the Dominic storyline with Liv Morgan. Hello. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging the whole vibe.
Yeah, it's neat. It's kind of neat for it to come back in the way it is, and I don't know, makes me feel young again.
Well, I will say this. I think with what we've gotten from the eras of the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, especially now since John Cena, after 22 years, is now retiring, which is just crazy to see that. And he's having one final run in 2025. It's awesome to see. Like John Cena, say what you will, another one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I can remember going to bars 20 years ago here because, you know, I mean, OVW's been doing this here for so long, and we would see like, you know, Mark Henry and other wrestlers out at local bars, and like it was wild to watch that progression. And okay, funny story. Me and my friend Noah, we for Halloween we went to OVW and we dressed up as Al Snow and Head. So we won the costume contest. So
what does everybody want?
Yeah, dude, it was great. We did it. It was awesome. So
that you must have probably saw John Cena at the time when he was the prototype doing the gimmick with Rico Constantino and Kenny Bolin and the Bolin Services as his manager. Oh my goodness, like early John Cena OVW.
Yeah, I was heavy into wrestling from like late teens, early 20s, and then I left here. I moved to Massachusetts for like a year. I lived in Western Mass. And then I moved to California for 3.5 years. And then I went back to Western Massachusetts for another 1.5 years. And then I moved back to Kentucky in 2007 and became a hairdresser. So that's kind of what I've been doing the past, but there was a long time I was diehard into wrestling. And then, a few years ago, I started going with Noah, and I've just kind of slowly gotten back into it, but I love the theatrics and the athleticism of it. But there was a period of time last year that I was like, maybe I should, sign up for the OVW Academy. And then Redneck Brawl happened. And I never knew I would love boxing the way I have fell in love with it. It's amazing to me. I'm kind of resentful even more towards my mother, because she didn't I had a lot of anger as a child, and I feel like it could have really been well directed, and it's humbling to be the age I am and be able to pick up and learn a new skill, and it come as naturally as it does, I guess.
Well, look at it from this stance, like Diamond Dallas Page, the great DDP, bang, if you will.
Yeah.
Fame. He started his thing around 35, when he got into wrestling. Look at Batista. Batista started later.
I started lifting weights at 35, and I've been hardcore lifting. Catfish always calls me a power lifter. I'm not a power lifter. I just want to be strong. I broke my hip skateboarding one time. When I was 26. I've had hip surgery. I'd have my whole hip resurfaced at one point. It's the only thing I've ever broke. And I got told 6 years ago that I had scoliosis. I had no idea about that. So I've had some health hurdles that have made me be no, I can do this. And doing hair, usually for 3 hours at a time, I'm doing this. My hands are up like this. So what do you do when you're boxing? Your hands are up, right? So it's no problem for me to do this. But in doing that, when I was doing, 3 colors a day at my hair salon, my back I started having muscle spasms in my back. So I went really, really hard on building my back muscle along my spine, and it's been the most beneficial thing ever, because I hit hard, and I'm a firm believer. Right there is where them shots come from, and I got them.
I will say this.
I got those lats.
I will say this about you, Miss Baxter. Looking at your Instagram feed, and also this one being a badass in the gym, lifting the weights. Like we mentioned, the power lifter. What I love about it too, as well, is I think you also incorporated this with your promos, and we talk about the subtleties, the intricacies, and nuances. It's like you're gonna talk some trash, you're gonna kick some ass, you do hair, and you mess some hair up at the same time. But also at the same time, it's like I'm a flex. I'm going to shake my booty and flex. This is a conspiracy smoke show. Come at me. I dig it. It's a whole package.
Laughing while my old life's collapsing. Used to cling to it, then I tried relaxing. Hilarious. He told me he was an Aquarius. Doesn't matter, every sign gonna be blaring. This optimism anthem, bitch. Another good bop to add to the bad bitch playlist. My art form reminding you of your power. Where my witchy girls at? This is the hour. Damn, now I manifested quicker. Eating like foods, my celestial figure. I don't resist anymore. I float. Wingardium Leviosa. Ho, ho, ho. Cynicism will be easy.
It is. Conspiracy Smoke Show came from. Okay, so
Get me.
So it's probably pretty obvious. We'll rewind. I totally lost everything in 2020. I lost my business, long-term relationship, guy I was with for 5 years. Like, everything fell apart. It was like, you know, which we were all collectively suffering, right? You know, everybody got told to go the fuck home. You're not important. Stay in your house. So in that, losing all that and starting over, and I've been a conspiracy theorist since Desert Storm. All right. When my mother abruptly interrupted my skating rink, like I used to roller skate like crazy when I was younger. And my mom shows up at the skating rink because we didn't have cell phones. And she's like, come on, you got to go home. We're at war. And so we get home. She puts me in front of the propaganda machine. And so it starts talking about we're going to Iran, all this shit. And I looked at my mom dead fucking serious, and I said, how'd our oil get under their sand? And she's like, just go to bed, you know. Instantly, just, I've always been considered a smart ass because I question things. Questioning everything. I ain't going and standing in that line. I'm confused as to why y'all are standing in line. You know, I don't just get in the box. Like, so in being a major conspiracy theorist, when the world shut down and I got sent home, well, I got online and I started, It was emotionally triggered, and then it was a love of humanity triggered that, you know, it was like, I gotta tell everybody the truth. Like, this shit ain't right. This ain't right. This is what's going on. And a lot of times, you know, you get, when you're a conspiracy theorist, you get labeled crazy. Well, I've been called crazy my whole fucking life. It doesn't bother me. I'm a hypermanic depressive. I have more energy than anyone. So, so in this online arguing with people on YouTube, going lives, talking my own shit, fighting with people in Myers while I'm grocery shopping. Like, I'm one of the healthiest people I know. I get up, I'm at the gym for 2 hours a day. My rest day is Saturday, and I consider it an active rest day. It's my busiest hair day of the week. I work another job. I have several jobs. I got 6 jobs. I don't get tired, in my Kevin Gates voice. But so in that journey, I met Sam Tripoli, which is the host of the Tinfoil Hat podcast. And it was just a nick. He would always call me Conspiracy Smokeshow. And so when I signed up for Redneck Brawl, I was like, you know, when they say, what do you want your fighter name to be? It's like, I don't want my ego to give me a character name, you know. And it's like I had to run through the list of things I'm called, and that one best describes me, in my opinion. So I went with it. And like, my logo's very esoteric and has a lot of symbolism in it, and it's close to my heart.
Well, I will say that's also one of the things that gravitated me towards you. And what I love about you is it's different, thinking outside the box. And I will say this, I think you're being very intuitive with how you want to say stuff. I mean, smart assery, intuitiveness kind of goes together. You're curious. I think that's wonderful. I think we all need to be more curious and how everything goes. And I mean, you can always do the Jesse Ventura route. It's all that mind control, so to speak.
Oh man, Plum Island. He was hung up on some Plum Island, wasn't he? I really liked that show, but man, they shut that down really, really quick. And just how quick they did shut that down was like, oh, he was catching some steam with that, I think.
Yeah, they had 2 seasons on True TV. It was actually pretty dope.
It was good. It was a good show, but of course, we liked it.
But no, I concur, and I think what's great about it too, as well, is also with the fact with your aesthetics and your logo and your gimmick name. We'll do Stone Cold action here. When he comes into WWF and he's the ringmaster with Ted DiBiase, it's like, okay, he's just a guy that can wrestle. Well, there's a lot of great people that can wrestle, and then he shaves his head bald, and then he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, it works. He's just being himself, and at the end of the day, to equate it to Stone Cold, you're just being yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I absolutely, I'm not a redneck, and I'm not a hood chick. I'm not like, I'm very in the middle of everything. Like, I listen to all styles of music, but I love hip hop and I love hardcore. So, like my intro song is one of my good friends, Doe. That song is like a song I listen to every morning when I'm at the gym and I'm hyping myself up, and like that a lot of Yellow Wolf, whatever. And then I don't watch TV. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of Lewis Howes, and then all my conspiracy shows, of course. And so I've never been, I don't know. Like I've been celibate since like last October. I haven't had a lot of boyfriends in my life. I'm a very picky person, I think. I don't really hoochie it up much. So like when I get Conspiracy Smokeshow out, it's like, okay, we're throwing on the fishnets, we're throwing on the Daisy Dukes, we're gonna cut the shirt up, we're gonna put the top knot in, like we're gonna do it up, so it is a bit of a character for me, but it's like it's the character I'm the most like proud of, I guess. And because for the most part I run around, I brush my hair like once a week. I'm a whole tomboy. I'm running around in a hat, leggings, t-shirts, gym t-shirts, band t-shirts, and so it's kind of my time to get girlied up and like kind of show off all the work, all the hours I have put in that gym, in this temple I live in. And I love that Redneck Brawl and potentially LFC is going to give me that chance to build on that and see where I can go with it.
I think what I like about what you just said, besides all of it, let's break this down here, Miss Conspiracy Smoke, because we're going over here talking about amplifying. I'm going to say this right now, 4th of July, this one comes on the freaking timeline with your nice little bikini with the red, white, and blue. God bless America. Hello. What I love about it too is, as well, and like you mentioned, you're not hooching it up, as you so eloquently put it. I think it's one of those things too, as well, as you're staying positively proactive. You're constantly going to the gym. You're not really watching a lot of TV, which again shows the discipline that you have to the craft. But also at the same time, and you're working 6 jobs. You're on the grind in that perspective, which I love. So I mean, you have it together with the values and the perception and your overall, dare I say, what you have with the je ne sais quoi, if you will, and your priorities, man. It's priorities.
I'm trying. I don't have a choice. I don't have a lot of family. I do have family, but there's negativity there. And I've walked, I'm really good at just like being like, all right, I'm done with this. And then I go, and I love to pour into me. And, you have different relationships, whether they're friendships or, partners, whatever that, and you spend so much time pouring into someone else that when you get an opportunity to do it for yourself and you're at a place of, that's what you need. You don't find the need in another person. It's nice. And, like I can go on and on about how like terrible, like fucking this year has been awful. But like, wow, so many good things have happened. It don't even matter. So it's so humbling.
Well, it's inner peace. It's Zen. It's what you manifest and put out into the universe, so to speak, within your vibe, so to speak. And I think you're putting a lot of that out there. I mean, let's be honest with you. You talk about the body being the temple. You got badass tattoos that showcase everything that you've gone through. I mean, every tattoo has a story, man. You're just telling your story,
I have the meanest bicep on earth. It's Aleister Crowley.
I love that.
That's what it is. And then I have a Louisville Slugger over here. I'm made up, man. I really am. But this it's just been a whole wild experience. And like, I want that LFC spot so bad because I know how much I can pour into it. I know my potential. I know I'm a fast learner. I enjoy promoing. I enjoy the athleticism and the like acrobatness of it. So I mean I'm in shape for it. Let's go. Put me in that ring.
I'm going to put this into the universe as we go towards the LFC portion of the LFC podcast with this conspiracy smoke show over here. Let's talk about the fact that we saw it in Redneck Brawl. Let's just put it into the universe, man. Goddess Among Us contestant LFC prospect in her own right. Katie, Miss Trailer Park Barbie, Miss Missy Lewis. I got to say, have that go from Redneck Brawl to LFC. I think a lot of fans would enjoy that, man.
I think so too. When I shared it this morning on my Facebook, because I haven't told anybody I was trying to do this. I've just kind of kept it under wraps. And then when I hit that link this morning and I was looking around on the website, I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, I guess I can tell everybody now. And like the reactions were like, oh my God, you'd be so great at that. And so I was like, okay, all right, here we go. Let's do it. Oh.
Speaking of let's do it, let's get this into fruition because I had Katie on and she said on the show with you that she was scared shitless, because this girl's gonna kick my ass, number one. But number two, again, I love the promos between you two. What is it with the conspiracy shit show, by the way? I've noticed that a lot. Like they go right to shit show. Not even Smokes, I just call you the shit show, man. I guess there's a lot of like just going towards the shit show route. My goodness.
I'm here to call out conspiracy shit show, smoke show, whatever the fuck type of show she is.
Shout me out. Call me out. Your conspiracy smoke show.
It's Mississippi, also known as Trailer Park Barbie. I decided to fight alongside Ring Girling this time, okay? So I have this contest in the bag, and I look forward to beating you in the Ring Girl contest and in the ring. Because, baby, I ain't scared of you.
If you're brave enough to get in the ring with me, I'll be impressed. But yeah, call me out. Bet you can't whoop me.
But I grew up fighting, and I know how to hold my own.
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye! She's one of the ring girls that was here earlier. You know how scary it'd be to date somebody like her. You get drunk and fight and actually end up fighting with her hair pinned up like that. Dude, she'd whip your ass. You can't judge a book by its cover. Look at that camel toe.
I swear to God, I was just looking
My
at that.
Lord, I love her more now. She told old boy today, she said, I can pick you up and throw you over my fucking head.
Well, that girl just turned her up. She done fell out her shoes.
Fucked up. Oh, she's scared to death. I would be too. Look at that. This is Club Comical. She's like, man, stop. I said, no, don't hurt me. Talking about, are you sure you want to be in here?
Hey.
Oh!
Man, that was fast.
I tell you what, though.
That was fast.
I loved every second of it. Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
Well, I think what it is, each time the promoter goes to starts taking all these call out videos, and I always have two people that are like, yeah, I'll do it, and then they back out. So my first fight that happened, my second fight, I called out straight pain, and then this one, there was two other girls before Miss Texas Sweets that backed out the day after the interview, and I think they go to my Instagram and they start lurking, like they in that moment they realize I'm not just some goofy bitch making a funny promo in her backyard with a dog pull. They then realize that, like, I might be 44, but I'm in way better shape than 24-year-olds that I know, so I think they get scared and intimidated by my confidence, my flexing, the like Trailer Park Barbie. She was funny. She said, me and all the girls I work with are trying to figure out how you flex your butt like that, and I'm like, it's a lot of squats. It's a lot of squats. You got to do your squats. Leg day, if you want an ass, you got to do 2 leg days a week. 2 leg days. You can't just do 1 leg day and you focus on it. So many people work out wrong. They just do it all wrong. Like I get results. But
you most certainly do, Miss 44 badass over here. Just out there like, hey, man, I can do this better than a 24-year-old styling and profiling. Whoa, yes. It's leg day. It's the discipline, like we mentioned earlier in today's forum, but you have to do it. You have to put in the work.
You do. And that's the way I look at it. I'm an early morning gym person. I like to, I got to get me out of the way. I get up, first thing I do is take care of all my damn animals. And then I get my ass ready and I head to the gym and I do that for a couple hours. And that's my gift to me for the day. We're done. That's it. That's all I needed. I needed to make sure I'm healthy and I'm capable. And then I give the rest of my day to other people, whether it be a job or me doing hair or helping a friend, or like today I about beat the shit out of my lawnmower because it wouldn't start this morning. And then, my buddy Ruben was like, yo, meet me at the fucking gym. And we're sparring, we're working this morning. And I was like, I'm on my way. So like, again, something bad was happening and it's like, boom, you get that message. And I don't know if you know the kid I'm boxing with, but he's a grown ass man, but he just got a 6-second knockout in bare knuckle fighting last Friday for the main event. Ruben Moore is amazing as far as boxing goes. So this like whole experience, it's, again, the lawnmower wouldn't start, boom, let's go hit bags, and by 1 o'clock I felt great. So
that's what I love about it too, especially if you look at bare knuckle fighting championship. We'll even go for the women's side, like Ty Emery, who was an LFC prospect. She's done LFL, the Lingerie Football League, and here she is just winning in bare knuckle. She's flashing the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stuff like that, making a mark with your character and how bare knuckle fighting is coming to it. In LFC, I've always compared to LFL. It's badass women. It's a little bit of MMA, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of clothing. Which I have to ask you as well, because you've seen the product as far as LFC goes. You dig it. You're all about that LFC life. For you, I always like to ask about the style, the aesthetics, because we mentioned the red, white, and blue. God bless America with the bikini. What is your favorite lingerie, Miss Conspiracy Smoke Show? What do you
I'm a Victoria's Secret girl for one. Somebody asked me why my titties don't pop out during fights the other day because we had Redneck Baby Mama, and like, dude, her titties fell out like 3 times last Redneck Brawl. Like when she was fighting, they kept popping out. Like, I mean, whole titty outside of her. And I was like, it's because I wear Victoria's Secret sports bras. Like you ain't losing a titty. So I am bougie as far as like, I guess all I wear is Victoria's Secret. And there's like, and I tell you everything bad about the motherfucker that used to own it conspiracy wise. But there's no better leggings. Like, I love my knockout leggings. Like, I got double pockets. They're high waisted. They're breathable. Like, they don't tear up. They last forever. I don't I'm not very girly. My closet consists of black leggings and black t-shirts that are either tinfoil hat shirts, band shirts, or like shirts with cats on them.
Hold on. Tinfoil podcast, the black leather and cats on them. I like that.
Black bands, like, yeah. Black band t-shirts. Okay. So I wear Vans, and like I'm such a tomboy. Like, very, very seldom do I get like dolled up. I got a few cute outfits, but like I'm not I'm so awkward that I think it's like comical, because I like to get all cuted up, but I'm more of the knee-high, thigh-high boots, fishnet stockings, but like the big squares, not the tiny ones. I don't know. People tell me a lot. Like, you remind me of Gemma from Sons of Anarchy a lot of the time. So
I can see that.
So I get that. I get it a lot, and I'm like, okay, I've got leopard leggings on. So yeah, I'm on my Peg Bundy, Katie Seagal, Gemma shit, but I don't know. I like anything in black or leather. So
no, that's a great and unique style, and also the fact that who can't go wrong with some Peg Bundy and Katie Seagal, right? And like iconic characters. I like your style, but no, I think that's what's great about it too, is the uniqueness of what you like and just the overall individuality that you get within your confidence. And you have to look at it like that, from that perspective. And I think with people nowadays is to go against the grain, to go balls to the wall, so to speak. You have to do that. It also has that gravitational pull within your character and you as a being. So there's a lot of attractive and amazing qualities that go with that, man.
Yeah, I agree. I like to be comfortable and practical. Like, fun fact, I know I look like I've done time in prison, but I've never been to jail. So I always like to think like I'm always prepared. Like, I have an extra jacket in my car in case like I go eat somewhere, and most of the time it's cold in restaurants. So like I like to be prepared. So I think, if I get in a situation, whether it be jail, a car wreck, anything, I like to know that I'm going to be comfortable, and if I don't need to carry shit, I can throw it in my pockets. Like, I have a small purse, not a big purse that I carry around. I've since I moved back in March, so I found out after the last Redneck Brawl that I had to move. So my landlord was selling my house, and I had lived in this house for 10 years. And I had like a garage full of like just stuff. We'll just call it stuff. Like, because there ain't been, other than the gas can from my lawnmower, there ain't a damn thing in that garage I miss. So that being said, I was lugging around all this shit for years, and so now since I've moved into this new place, I've really focused on minimalism and not having so much. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, you're totally fine. It's just your humbleness, and I think what's great about it too is I think what people can tell by you, Miss Conspiracy Smoke Show. I think it's just you're very, like we talk about spreading the individuality and uniqueness. It's just what's up. You're very quaint, but also at the same time you're very tomboyish. So there's many different layers to your personality that makes you who you are. It's all about foundation. I think it's the right foundation of what you have in your heart.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of my best friends over the years have been men, and a lot of my friends now are like I have my best friend ever, but most of my friends are like married, have kids, and I'm by myself a lot, and so in that I get to kind of, I've always wanted to do things my way. And nothing drives me crazier than like people who come to my inbox and give me unsolicited advice, whether it be about fighting or my hair. Like, I got everybody upset over my hair getting knocked off my head that last fight. And I'm like, it's a girl fight. I am like, somewhere there are men that are like, yeah, her hair's flying everywhere. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to braid my hair. I don't care. They can pull it. They can knock it off the top of my head. I'm not going to wear braids. I'm not.
I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. There's a reason why we've seen so many cat fights. Like, I remember coming out, we'll go back to high school even. Like, I remember my senior year coming out of the cafeteria, and all of a sudden these two girls are just ripping each other's hairs and just
hair flying. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a girl fight. And I think when you are a woman and you step into that redneck brawl arena with all those hillbilly boys, that you've gotta add that level of trailer park fighting, which would be my top knot potentially getting knocked off the top of my head. Like, it blew my mind how many people have been like, oh, you need to do this, you need to, and I'm just like, you just shut up. If I wanted your voice in my head when I step into that ring, I would dedicate some time to asking you to install that seed in me. But I would just, like, and I had a guy get really mad at me the other day because he told me what I should be doing. And he was like, I was being nice. And I'm like, no, you automatically assume that your train of thought aligns with what's right for me. And that's just weird to go around telling people what you think they should do. So I'm not going to braid my hair. It's not happening. I'm going to wear a top knot for life. I like it.
Oh, well, I think we all do, myself included. It's badass.
Like, even tonight, it was like kind of being a pain in the ass. And I was like, that's fine. But trust me, this next one, I'm gonna have it really secured, because I feel like she's gonna come in with the cornrows and she's really gonna play up the part of the boxer, the boxing baker. And so I'm gonna secure my top knot, but it's still gonna be there.
Can we also just talk about the fact that you call yourself the boxing baker? And I
no, that's her.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
yeah. To her, like, with the boxing baker stuff. Let's talk about this. First of all, when you think of like bakers and stuff, my instant like thought process and vision of this is like you're baking cookies and going to the soccer game in the soccer mom van. You know what I'm saying? It's like kicking and screaming with Will Ferrell, all the soccer moms just watching the kids just play soccer. And you got a boxing baker over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's very unique. It's very cool, but that's not the instant like vision I have of Mixed Texas Sweets over here. Love the name, but it's just
yeah, she's got skills.
She does.
Like I was telling Catfish, I was like, man, I hope she bakes us a cake. Like, I hope she brings cupcakes. Like, I'll be your friend after the fight, but before the fight, like there is a little unspoken beef there, but it's already been a pretty good experience as far as her and I interacting, and like she was getting mad because she hadn't heard anything from the promoter, and I think he was waiting to see if I'd be willing to go up in weight class again, and he already had two people that, that once the second one backed out, he was like, hey, you want this chick in Texas? And I was like, yeah, dude, because at that point she had talked a lot of shit on the internet, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give her chance. And I don't think people realize that like those are promos. They're just like a wrestling promo, or anything like that. And I don't hate people in Texas or Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
It's so good. Like all you lessons, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Like I say fuck a lot. Like I swear a lot, but I like it. I'm genuine. I'm blunt. I'm honest. Like if the word fuck bothers you, that's probably a problem you should deal with, like, and I don't understand it, but yeah, people really take it personally, and with the way the algorithms work, if you can get some arguing going in the comments, it boosts the algorithm and more people see it. Like my I think it was the Texas one. My Texas promo got like well over 100,000 on Instagram, and that was a first for me on views, and I thought that was pretty cool though.
Hey Texas, I didn't forget about you. I'm also wondering which one of you Debbie Does Dallas cowgirls are going to call out me, the Conspiracy Smoke Show. I'll be in Oklahoma City on August 3rd at the Paycom Center, and I've called out Oklahoma. Now I'm calling out you, Texas cowgirls. Giddy the fuck up. Let's go.
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
Conspiracy Smoke Show here, 2-0. And I'm coming to Oklahoma City on Saturday, August 3rd. And I'm wondering which one of you bull rider loving bitches is going to step in the ring with me. I'm going to tell you right now, you'd have a better time walking through shit in paper sandals than getting in that ring with me, honey. So call me out. I'll be waiting. And I'll see you on August 3rd at the Paycom Center.
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's the engagement factor, especially in today's social media realm and so many different platforms that are out there now. And I mean, like, we're joking here and we're talking about, boxing and baking cookies and the soccer mom van and all this stuff. But the thing what's cool about it too, as well, is like, besides the fact that you say Oklahoma, we talk about like the unsolicited advice. We always talk about storytelling with professional wrestling or any form of sports entertainment. I mean, but there's so many different ways to tell a story. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Almost
an
integral part. But sometimes the storytelling is just to put it in the most bluntest of terms, beating a bitch's ass. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
It, man.
That's it.
You look at we mentioned juggalos earlier. It's almost like when you do what you guys do and just the overall entertainment value. It's not like we're having, and we'll take it back to video games, like when the Insane Clown Posse had like Backyard Wrestling and Sanjay Dutt from TNA's in it, and you see these different storyline arcs and you're fighting in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
it's not like that. I mean, but this is just like extreme and to the point, almost like a juggalo. But at the same time, man, it's a community. It's the underground, and it's something that's really different to put out to the masses. And the crowd you guys have is awesome.
Oh God, there's more fights in the crowd than there are in the ring. I mean, I've seen some people get split open. There was one guy, I think it was in Cincinnati, and he was just gashed, and it's amazing. I just can't, and like it's the first timers and like us going to the West Coast is going to be huge. Like I hope we go even further out that way for the next one, which I think it'll come back to the East Coast. But I'm excited for the opportunity to go so far away from where we generally do Redneck Brawl, which has always been like Georgia, Georgia, Ohio, and West Virginia, which they won't do it in Kentucky. If you do it in Kentucky, you got to wear headgear. They won't let us fight without headgear here. So people are always trying to, when are you going to fight here? And it's like, I'm not, but I'm going to stay with Redneck Brawl as long as I can. I want that. I want 5 crowns is what I want, but I get that 3rd and 4th one first.
Which I hope you do, man, especially with the reactions that we've seen for you, Miss.
Oh, it's already on my head. Don't you worry.
I like your style. I like your style a lot. And
yeah, you can't. You gotta. It's there. It's there.
Right.
I can feel it.
I'll
and I've already got a plan to glue them all together and wear them. Like I've already made that promo too. So in my head, you know what I mean? Like I'm constantly thinking I'm that person when I'm driving down the road and I get a download or something that sounds like that's gonna come out beautifully. I'll write it in my notes. I'm just different. You just think differently. So
no, it's the creative juices flowing, and I mean, I think that's some of the best way to have it. Thinking, look at The Rock, like he wrote down a lot of his stuff. What should I add here? Smell what The Rock is cooking. Know your role, and he became one of the greatest promo cutters of all time. So I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it flow, man. Say what comes to your own piece.
Yep. You ain't wrong. Like because with me not being from Oklahoma or Texas, I told Chris, the promoter, I was like, I'm going to do 2 promos. I'm going to do a Texas and a Oklahoma one. And yeah, Oklahoma City. Like, I got phone calls from it, and they're like, I love that you said that. I was like, well, I mean, it doesn't it sound like me? I just want things to be as natural as they can be with it coming from me, but I still need people to realize that it's a promo, and I don't hate your state, and I don't think that Texas is full of a bunch of Debbie Does Dallases.
Right. It's not like you're just gonna go up there and say to all you pickup truck drivers and all you
all you lot lizards out there, fuck you. No, I can't. But man, some of the guys, dude, it's the guys for me. Like we have had, I think this Redneck Brawl rollout of call out videos has by far been the best. We've had some really, really funny ones, and I'm looking forward because with us leaving, this side of the Midwest and going all the way out there, it's like I'm going to get to meet a whole new cast of characters that, like it'll be like Macho, Lil Smokey, and Sasquatch will be there, and Georgia Outlaw and Tennessee Cornbread, and then Catfish, Andrew, and Murph. but there's still like 40 new faces that'll be fighting that night, and I'm excited to meet 40 new crazy motherfuckers that are willing to get in that ring. People say a lot of mean things online, but I ain't never seen them in any kind of ring.
No. And that's the thing, besides the fact that with Redneck Brawl, dare I say, get you some, as we see in many of the videos. Yes, tagline.
Mm-hmm.
I love it a lot. And I mean, it's like, for instance, like when people get mad over promos, like when Paul Heyman, and yes, I'll make a Paul Heyman reference here, when he came into the territories and worked for Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett's father, back in Tennessee, when he's cutting the promo, like, if Jerry Lawler is the big man on campus, I can see why there's so many lesbians here in Nashville, Tennessee. Like that's it right there. That says right there. When Andy Kaufman came in and was going against Jerry Lawler, the intergender champion of the world, and he's doing this. This is a bar of soap. Now, I know you people don't know about that.
God. I've got a friend who's trying to reanimate the whole Andy Kaufman thing, and I think it's if he can pull it off, it'll be hilarious. It really will.
Get you the friggin' robe and the white attire, like Jim.
Yeah, the whole ridiculous shit show. There's that phrase, but and that to me is still flattering because, like, man, I've been. Somebody said I had dentures. People have called me Methany. What's that? I've been called a man. The comments, and like I like to blow them kisses and tell them I haven't seen you in the ring, and I like to interact even with the negative comments, and I love a good trolling. I really do, because I'll troll them right back, which drives the algorithm, and I want my Redneck Brawl videos to get 1 million views. I'm happy with the little over 100K, but I want a 1 million view video on Redneck Brawl. I don't know.
I think you'll get there. I think
so.
I mean, with someone who's undefeated like yourself, 2-0, and I will say this because we mentioned Katie earlier. My God, those strikes that you gave her, and I will say this for those who've not seen the first fight. We talked about straight pain, but my God, you were freaking going at Katie, and I love Katie as much as you. You're such a sweetheart. But God dang it, man, you were throwing some wild ones in that fight, my Lord. And let's talk about the face-off, because I put the image in the LOC podcast there. That friggin' face-off between the two of you was great.
Dude, her promo blew my mind, because not only was she going to beat me in the ring, she was going to beat me in the ring girl competition. Well, I came in second in that. So, like, it was like, I just, I've been lighting Redneck Brawl up since I got there. I really feel at home there. It's like, it's fucking surreal, but, I want to end up doing, I want to be a commentator for one of them, like eventually, like in the future. I definitely want to sit there with the comedians and talk shit the whole night. So I will eventually get that commentator spot. Like,
I'm going to put this out into the universe, besides the fact that I would love to hear that, and I think you would absolutely be 1,000%.
I think I'd do it well. And, like, Catfish is fighting Playboy in the main event for this next one. And I'm like, let me fill in for him during this fight. Like, I love Catfish Cooley. Like, he and I have become, like, great friends. I would love to show him the same love he's shown me, because like when my music hits and it's my turn to walk into that ring, those 3 dudes have some of the nicest things anybody's ever said about me. Like, instantly they're like, oh my God, I love her, blah blah blah. And I appreciate that. And I just want to be able to like show him that love. So I'll make it to that commentator spot at some point.
I'll put this into the wrestling fans that do listen to this fine podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I will say this. It'll be like Wrestling Society X. I'll take everybody back to 2007 MTV when you had guys like Matt Sydal who would go on to be Evan Bourne and all those guys. Like the commentators would just be like, yeah, like pretty much like just saying all this stuff like, oh shit, and all this stuff. Like they would curse and say the F word and stuff. They go like Wrestling Society X, but amplify with some Redneck Brawl.
Yeah. And that's the best part of being on pay-per-view or behind a paywall. You get paid for your quick wit, your smart assery, your okay, it's no secret. I'm a terrible cook. There's a fly in here and he's driving me nuts. So like me, I have an OnlyFans, and it's kind of a hee hee ha ha, and there's no nudity on it, so there's your spoiler. But like a few weeks ago, I cooked spaghetti in my bikini. Okay. And I set my fire alarm off. Like, I am a terrible cook. I burnt garlic knots. Like, it was a whole mess, but it was all on video. And I instantly put it up on my OnlyFans, made like $70 in tips. And like mind you, I got like 20 followers on OnlyFans. It's nothing big. But just silly content like that. Which it probably would have done well on Facebook, but it wouldn't have done $70 well. So like all my social media is monetized. I have the OnlyFans. I have a merch store for my Conspiracy Smoke Show stuff. I got trucker hats coming. Like I'm always thinking of ways to be able to support myself and chase dreams. So it requires a lot of work and a lot of patience. And I feel like the blessings just keep rolling in due to all the work and dedication I've had.
Well, I will say this about that. I think what's great about the OnlyFans where you provide that entertainment value as opposed to the nudity.
Everybody thinks OnlyFans is just full of porn and it's really not, it's a good place if you see somebody who's trying to, build a character or build a podcast and they need to be able to monetize it, or they need to be able to say things that won't get them kicked off YouTube. There's a lot of things you can't say in this world. And, I think it's a great way to make money. We're rolling into this. We're in the technological era of life, and the automation's here. Why are we working so hard? So if I can make some goofy content like that and make myself a shitty dinner, I feel as though at least getting that dinner bought for me is I don't know. At some point, I really like, another goal of mine is to roll into comedy, and I hope this is a starting point for that. Like, I love music, but I'm not musically inclined. I can win Grammys in my car, but that's about it. I would like to write a 5-minute set, and I think I could eventually get up and perform something like that, and hopefully I'll be able to pull that off in the future.
Well, I got to say, with how entertaining you are in this form and just in general, man, I think you got it down pat, number one. And also number two, what I love about it too as well, folks, is if you've not checked out Redneck Brawl, and if you want to see this son of a gun over here in LFC looking as only as she can look and kick some women's ass in Las fucking Vegas, then you should definitely go out of your way and get her onto LFC. And Sean Donnelly, let's book LFC CEO, Mr. Sean Don. Let's book some Trailer Park Barbie Conspiracy Smoke Show.
Man, I'm saying, and like, dude, like she has became like, she is my friend. And, like I love her for her guts of getting in that ring has propped us both up where we are, right now as far as opportunities go. And I'm just so thankful to that girl. And like I don't think she realizes just how special she is to me, and straight pain. Like after that last crack to the face and she saw stars. Ooh, you never turn your back in a boxing match. You never walk away from a fight unless that person's knocked out. So she was, you get out of the ring, you go over to the doctor, you go over to medical, and she was sitting there with the doctor, and I instantly like leaned over, gave her a big hug, thanked her, and like she just kind of looked shocked at me, like, yeah, I was calling you a fucking bitch in the ring. We was fighting, but I love you now. It's all love now. Like we can hug now. Like let's. So yeah, I'm so grateful to anyone who's willing to get in that ring, because it takes a lot, and I love and passion in any situation, so I'm a pretty passionate person.
Oh, yeah, it's like I'll beat you. Let's like look at Miss Texas Sweets. Like we'll beat each other's asses, but let's have some cupcake after the bout. Like,
That's it. We are definitely gonna have. I'm wondering if she does any kind of infused cupcakes, is what I'm thinking. But
we all got a sweet tooth.
So I'm not much on sugar, but man, I like edibles. So there's that.
Oh my God, a woman that'll steal your heart, man. I like your style. My goodness gracious. And I will say this. I kind of, when I think of the F word, I have to bring this up again because we mentioned Stone Cold in today's forum. The Stone Cold Steve Austin, has really taken over this show. But one other thing, when you were talking about the F word, it reminds me of, for those that are fans of the Steve Austin show, Stone Cold's podcast, there was one episode he had Sam Roberts on, who's been on WWE. So the guy's doing his lawnmower out there outside of his house. They're mowing the lawn. He goes, "Hey, I'm trying to record a world-class fucking podcast with Sam fucking Roberts, son of a bitch."
Oh my God, dude, I can't. And okay, so for the last Redneck Brawl, I was having serious promo issues. It was the day of the eclipse, and so I went out to this cemetery out in the middle of nowhere, but it was windy as shit. But it would have been like such a good backdrop, and it was too windy. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go home, do it in the same spot I did my last one." So, because everybody made fun of my chewed up little dog pool behind me. And, like the internet, the shit they pick up on and run with is always wild to me. But, so, I'm in my backyard. As soon as I get my little tripod set up and I'm trying to do my promo, I got my derby hat on. My fucking neighbor fires up his lawnmower. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. So then I had to wait, once again, I gotta still wait, but I ended up getting that promo done. But then a couple weeks later, the promoter's wife is like, "Hey, I'm cutting my grass." And she's like, "Can you make us a ring girl promo?" And I was like, "Psst, I got you." And so I instantly ran in the house, got the tripod, and I go out there and I'm cutting grass. And I told them that I was coming to mow down the competition in Huntington, and I sure as fuck did. I showed up in that Second Amendment American flag bikini. I played the part and I pulled it off, and I think I should have won my first one I did, but I I don't know, the little crowd reader meter didn't think so.
Well, I will say the reader meters. I like it, but I think with the setback, there's always just the rebound. And I think with ring girl stuff, you're rebounding. You already got the crowns on your head here. You have it in your head. You're manifested. Put it into the universe, man. I hope you get some more crowns, some more royalty. Yes.
I am, and you know, the more work, the more I get in and develop my skills, I'm definitely I'm only gonna take more challenging next level fights. You know, of course, I wanna do Redneck Brawl as long as I can, but I want in that LFC arena so bad. Like I want to be there for the Halloween show. I want to be there. You know what I mean? I definitely like Halloween is my thing. I have 3 black cats. Okay, one has thumbs. Halloween's my thing. So that's my Christmas. So I definitely want to do. I think I would do really well in the LFC thing. I've got on my dream scheme to be in Vegas 3 times before the end of the year. So I hope it happens.
I hope so too, and I hope to meet you at one of these events. This Conspiracy Smoke.
Where are you out of?
So I am Myrtle Beach, South Kakalaki, man. Originally from Long Island, New York.
Okay, good deal. I remember one time I went to Myrtle Beach when I was 13, and we met these Canadian boys and lied to them and said we were 16. But yeah, that's my Myrtle Beach story. And I got sun poisoning on my lips, and they like swelled double the size. And yeah, that was a wild vacation. I went to a Winston 500 NASCAR race. It was the worst experience ever. It was so hot and loud outside. I hated it. I knew NASCAR was not the sport I was going to watch. You know, growing up, I always played basketball and volleyball. I've always been an active person. I kind of walk into things and take them over. You know, I like to be good.
Well, I will say this. We do have our new LFC Booty Camp champion with the chain and the belt, Miss Bella Madison. I mean, hey, man, we got some belts. We got some chains. Get your blingage on, man. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. I definitely would enjoy a fancy belt to go with my fancy crowns.
Well, I will say this. I think with all the women that we have out there, whether it be sports entertainment, LFC, badassery, and the conspiracy fucking smoke show over here, I think we're definitely going to see a lot of great stuff coming forward from both Redneck Brawl and LFC, respectively. And respectively, Miss Tiffany Baxter, a.k.a. the Conspiracy Smoke Show. Anytime you want to come back on for a round 2, I'd love to have you. This has been a blast tonight.
Oh, dude, anytime. I love chopping it up. I love going on other people's podcasts. There's been several times I've tried to do my own thing, and I just prefer being on other people's podcasts. But I do have something cooking podcast wise, and hopefully after this next brawl, I'll be able to dive into that and put out some really good, entertaining stuff. So
I will be tuning in if that occurs, man. I look forward to seeing.
Yeah, it'll be Redneck Brawl based too. So that's, you know, I just gotta line up all the ducks.
Okay, all right. Now with your backward your tattoos, your tomboyishness, your God bless them.
Oh, it's always the number ones. No. I'm goofy. Pay me no mind.
Nah, you're totally cool. I dig your style. I dig your vibe, man. And
thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Like you've reached out and been like, very communicative through this whole thing, and like I appreciate and love what you do. Like your memory, how quick you roll out things, and like you have a great gift.
I appreciate that. As do you, man, with your gift of gab over here. And with your gift of gab, I will say this. Promote once more. Where can we follow you if you want some entertainment from the OnlyFans? Your Twitter, if you even have Twitter, Instagram, where can we follow you?
I have Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, but I don't, I've never, I'm not really a big fan of arguing or telling people what they should feel or who they should vote for, or, you should do this with your body. I just don't. I see a lot of arguments on Twitter and on Reddit, and like I only scroll really through TikTok. At one point I had like 22,000 followers on TikTok, and they crashed my account because I said I had an OnlyFans. So it was fuck TikTok, and I started over because you need that space for the Redneck Brawl TikTok to filter in for people to be able to find you there. So I am not a private person. I'm very much on social media, and I'm on social media under my birth given name, Tiffany Baxter. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Tiffany Baxter, and then you can put Conspiracy Smoke Show into Patreon or YouTube or OnlyFans and find me there. But I mean, most time Instagram's my heart. I love Instagram, and I got a pretty good following. I get some of my best information. I've met some, like, Instagram's kind of like Redneck Brawl for me. It's allowed me to interact with my tribe of people that I never would have met otherwise without it. So find me on Instagram. You can find all my other links there. Tiffany Baxter _. So
I'm going to flip the script on everybody, to quote Marilyn Manson, but also to flip the script here. We're all stars now in the Smoke Show. Boom.
That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're so welcome. So before we get on out of here, folks, links will be in the description for Miss Tiffany Baxter over here. Great follow on the Instagram front for the Conspiracy Smoke Show. If you want to check out Redneck Brawl, get yourself on over to Redneck Brawl on all forms of social media, redneckbrawl.com.
Redneckbrawl.tv, August 3rd. You can watch the weigh-ins on August 2nd on Facebook. What else is there? A lot of times I go live on my Instagram, so I'm doing a 12-hour road trip from Louisville, Kentucky to Oklahoma City, and I will be live streaming a lot of that either on my page or on my buddy Summers, but you'll be able to find the link through me. So go follow me, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll be able to get up to date stuff. You'll be able to interact. That's it.
Alrighty. And guys, check out lfcfights.com. Subscribe to Mike Larkin 92 for all the LFC podcasts, as well as the VIP section of the website where you can see Katie's interview, which we talk about this lovely human being over here and their
yes.
And links will be in the description. But mainly go to lfcfights.com. You can get all our social media fronts. And this is where I got to ask you now, man. We talked about the fight. We talked about your awesomeness. We talked about everything within your story, Miss Conspiracy Smoke Show. Do you have any final words for Miss Texas Sweet?
Yeah, I wish I could say, I wish I had something witty, but silence is always my strategy. You don't know me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get that third crown. Like, you're coming in as a newbie. You think you know what the fuck's going on. You ain't never been hit by the smoke show, the shit show. I'm about to show you, but we'll see. We'll see what she says when you interview her next month.
So, with that being said, silence is always golden, number one.
So, dude, silence is my weapon every time now. Because, like I said, if I show them how athletically inclined I am, they back out, man. I have to hold back from flexing on the fucking internet the 2-3 weeks before a fight. And like, here's the thing, like, I take all those gym pictures, like, yeah, I know the world enjoys them, they're motivating, blah blah blah. Those are for me. So when I have to pull that back and not post certain stuff, it's like, damn it, all right, don't flex on them too hard. Don't show them what you're benching. Don't show, I don't want to scare nobody away. Like, but your 160 pounds is different from my 160 pounds, is what I like to tell people. I'm 160 pounds of muscle, which is a lot different from 160 soft pounds. I'm not soft.
I like that. So pretty much you're also like the fat boy slim and redneck brawl. You got your weapon of choice, and that weapon of choice is silence. I like your style.
Mm-hmm.
All right now. So, as always, folks, as I say with each and every one of these shows, life is an art form, and we're all applying our crafts. Continue to apply your craft in amazing fashion, and as my mindset in the title of this show, beauty, strength, and dominance, 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are, the conspiracy fucking smoke show, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for watching.